It is 3 a.m. in Tokyo. While the rest of the city sleeps, one apartment window remains lit. Inside, the only sound is the ticking of a clock, counting down to a deadline that every teacher knows too well. Tomorrow is Open Observation Day. The school principal and the regional education director will be stationed at the back of the room, grading every single interaction and instructional transition. The topic is photosynthesis, the biological process where plants convert light into chemical energy. It is a notoriously difficult subject to make engaging for third graders, and the risk of the class falling into a bored silence is high. This is the reality for Teacher Nico. Wearing her dark blue kimono, white apron, and blue and white headscarf, she is staring at a blank lesson plan. Her creative reserves are completely spent. The primary barrier for many educators is rarely a lack of skill. It is the overwhelming administrative load that drains their energy before they even step into the classroom. Nico opens her laptop. The screen illuminates the dark room as she accesses her AI tools, turning raw panic into a structured strategy. This diagram outlines her first step, time mapping. The AI generates a 40-minute schedule, cleanly dividing it into a 5-minute introduction, 15 minutes of instruction, 15 minutes of group activity, and a 5-minute summary to satisfy the syllabus. To move beyond a standard lecture, she asks for Socratic questioning prompts, questions designed to guide students toward their own conclusions. Instead of reciting facts, she will ask, "If there were no sunlight, what would happen to your lunch?" She then targets the hardest scientific concepts. The AI rewrites the function of chloroplasts, the specialized organelles that capture light, as an anthropomorphic story script. It turns cellular biology into a narrative that captures a third grader's attention. Successful lesson design maps dense scientific information directly to a child's specific cognitive capacity. This represents a cross-document mind map. Nico uses it to visually organize scientific variables, linking sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide into one network. These nodes map directly back to original textbook paragraphs, allowing the teacher to instantly verify any AI-generated point. She extracts technical vocabulary, like stomata, and uses the AI to generate plain language definitions. These are converted into simple flashcards to remove reading barriers before the class begins. The complex history of how scientists actually discovered the secrets of plant life is transformed as well. The system pulls scattered historical dates into a clean chronological timeline scroll. Mastering a subject means having the tools to toggle between the broad scientific picture and specific plain language details. Nico now checks for teaching blind spots. This technique identifies where beginners are statistically most likely to get confused, such as the common mistake of thinking plants eat soil rather than processing air and light. To prevent the lesson from stalling due to unpredictable student tangents, like asking if a tree feels pain, she builds a student FAQ shield. This provides her with pre-calculated answers for the most likely distractions. For the final assessment, the system expands the lesson into a 3-tiered exam. It creates questions ranging from basic vocabulary recall to complex challenge levels. The AI generates detailed feedback for every question. This ensures the exam materials explicitly explain why the incorrect multiple choice options are wrong, turning the test itself into a learning tool. A high-performance lesson anticipates student errors and uses them to reinforce the core science. The sun rises over Tokyo. The morning light fills the room, shifting the atmosphere from exhaustion to readiness. Nico now holds the director's briefing doc. This is a beautiful, skimmable 2-page summary that allows the observing administrators to immediately grasp the logic and rigor of her lesson. These tools do not replace the unique classroom presence of a human teacher. Instead, offloading the dense administrative labor allows the teacher to remain present and focused on the students' real-time responses rather than their own notes. With the right workflow, the 3 a.m. grind becomes the start of a successful school day. If you want to see more ways to use AI in the classroom, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for our next update.